guys, with this one right here, we done got Shaker, Love to the Fiends, Means, and then you got this Love to the Fiends, the music video, Shaker and Meeks, just Meeks. But you got the Fiends, mainly to Love to the Fiends, and just with this whole thing and with this whole thing coming into it, especially with the Shaker, Shaker, cause Shaker, like I haven't really, checked anything out from, Shaker in the past while. Past while. But you just got with this one right here coming into the whole thing and everything else. And this whole, this Fiends.
You with the gang or not? We take risks every single day, show love to the fiends. I watch my fans come up, I never look back and now I'm thinking now I'm ever gonna leave. I hit the trap a lot, so too many different things you have to see to believe. I never look back and now I'm thinking now I'm ever gonna leave. I hit the trap a lot, so too many different things you have to see to believe.
Ooh, I hit the trap a lot, never look back. Hey, even he said the things that you couldn't even see, like, hey, even the past that you couldn't see, like that whole thing right there, where he was just saying like that, hey, that really hits me right there, because it's like people can't really see the past what you've seen, like that's the past of the thing, like especially what you've seen, other people can't really like communicate, they can't really attach to that, like they don't really know what you've been through because they ain't seen what you've seen in the past, like it can't really come east. But just with this whole thing, like especially I see the whole, the Lambos and all these other stuff like coming into it, and everything else, like just with the whole thing, like this one right here, it's already a skit, because you got all the fancy, schismos.
I think I've had enough. So many situations, those schools, now it's getting deep.
Never judge a book by its cover. My man was a cuff, but he looked like a brother. Never rate a man that never stood by his brother. And I never met a woman that can cook like my mother. Dinner in a glass bowl looking like butter. 2 bricks in the morning, couldn't cook it by supper. 3-litre Pyrex, it isn't enough. I'll be in the spot all night whipping the dust. I got microwave dinners, food in the kitchen, cook it by supper. 3-litre Pyrex, it isn't enough. I'll be in the spot all night whipping the dust. I got microwave dinners, food in the kitchen. I got white girls everywhere, beautiful women. Plug gave me 10 and said do.
Hey, and the whole, like, hey, just even the thing coming into it, just even the thing, like he said, just with the whole thing, like he be picking up just like the dust, like, hey, you be just cruising, especially them fast sports cars, like, hey, that's something I'm into. I'm into those fast sports cars, because those cars be zooming, like especially with the whole thing, especially when you just put your one, you pedal on that, gone, like you just straight commercial. But the whole thing, how which is already like consensual, like it's just a conspiracy of everything, especially where it was shot at too, and everything else, like the whole thing, it was, they didn't shot something a perfect one right here, because everything that else coming into they didn't pick the perfect desire shot.
Something with them, I'll make them disappear like the Wu the magician. First time with a brick, knew that I'm winning. Plug threw me in the deep end, I just start swimming. Through stay spinning like a spit roast chicken. Could've been rich with me, but the prick don't listen.
You with the gang or not? We take risks every single day, show love to the fiends. I watch my fans come up, I never look back and now I'm thinking now I'm ever gonna leave. I hit the trap a lot, so too many different things you have to see to believe. I think I've had enough. So many situations, those schools, now it's getting deep.
I used to walk in the rain, selling .4s at the cane. Chicks tryna pay for with some brains. Said she need a ticket like she bored in a train, cause she tryna get high like she bored in a plane. She ain't even got a car, but she buy.
Hey, said with the whole thing, like, hey, he killing it, like through the whole thing, through the just the whole conspiracy, just through the conspiracy, like they say, no one else can see or officially hear the whole thing, coming to those whole things, like they say, it just comes in from that whole commence, it just takes a commence of doing your whole thing of the commence.
Buy petrol, I seen snow turn a straight girl bisexual. Drugs got my brothers going tap. I seen raw flake turn my dog into a cat. I was in the studio, body in the trap. Came back, then I found a dead body in the trap. Never even stopped, I just copped another pack. With a carried on trapping if the property collapsed. I got money in the pile. I ain't been bummy in a while, I'm wild, I ain't taking no vial. Baker wash white like fairy non-bio. Run off on the plug, nah, that ain't my style.
You with the gang or no? We take risks every single day, showed love to the fiends. I watch my fans come up, I never look back and now I'm thinking I'm ever gonna leave. I hit the trap a lot, so too many different things you have to see to believe. I think I've had enough, so many situations, close calls, now it's getting peak. You with the gang or no? We take risks every single day, showed love to the fiends. I watch my fans come up, I never look back and now I'm thinking I'm ever gonna leave. I hit the trap a lot, so too many different things you have to see to believe. I think I've had enough, so many situations, close calls, now it's getting peak.
Coming in with this though, he said he had them bands a lot, hey, things, just to the fiends and everything else, like you got with this whole thing right here coming into it, especially with Shaker and everything else, and the Meeks, like especially with them two coming into it, because I haven't really, you know, listened to them or listened to their whole thing come in. Like I haven't really checked any of them, even if it's them, even if they did have something, I probably didn't see those either. But you just got Shaker, which is the love to the fiends, especially the fiends and everything else. But you just got with this one right here taking over. Like they didn't took over the whole, especially where it was shot at too. It was just so, consent. Like it was just so fancy and everything else, the way they took over the whole thing. But just with this one right here, check it out. Everything else, just with this.